I bought my first house at 19.
Right.
And I was married between 19 and 20.
Right.
So we weren't fighting.
No.
Life really transitioned into me becoming like a wife, a mother.
Right.
But it was strange because we also didn't like break away as friends. We were still able to maintain a good friendship.
So I'm grateful for the people that are in my life that maybe fill big shoes
Yes.
for the people that are no longer in my life. You can't change someone's mind or opinion about you. Just keep being you.
Just keep being you.
Hey. Welcome to the Skittles and Clink podcast.
You look so pretty. Thank you for tuning in today. I'm Skittles.
And I'm Clink.
In this episode, we're going to be talking about the evolution era of friendship.
Yeah.
I feel like we've been talking about friendships for a couple of weeks.
We have.
Yeah.
Our friendship.
That's true.
Yeah. And how we've evolved to where we are now.
Yeah.
Yeah. But before we jump in, we want to say thank you guys for tuning in. Again today.
Yes.
What is this episode? What is this? 7, 8, 9. 9. It's episode 9, guys. So super excited. So thank you guys so much for rocking with us and watching, commenting, liking, sharing.
Yes.
Helping
us with our TikTok.
Yes.
I'm going to say that every episode, you guys, because we need so much help on TikTok. We don't need help. We just need you guys to like, follow, and share and subscribe.
Yeah. Tell your friends.
TikTok. Tell your friends.
Yes.
You guys, that's another thing. Tell your friends. Also, I'm just going to put this out there real quick because I want you guys to be looking for this. We're coming up on the holidays. Can you believe we're in November?
I know.
This is our second episode of November. Can you believe that?
Man, I mean,
wow.
It's here.
Also, you guys, you should know we have a birthday in November.
We do. And we do.
We do. It's my girl's birthday in November.
Yeah.
So, but as the holidays start to approach, I would like to say that we are going to have a giveaway for the holidays. We're going to do it in December. And we're still trying to figure out what we're going to do. But we want to do something for one of our viewers that has been watching. So it's going to take a little work, a little liking, sharing, and subscribing, and maybe pulling your bestie in. Yeah. And we still need to send out the shirt. So we're going to be in touch with the person who actually won the shirt. So if you're interested in getting the shirt, we'll get it mailed out to you.
Yes.
So we haven't forgotten. We do follow through on what we say.
Yeah.
And we appreciate you guys just supporting and rocking with us.
Yes.
So did you see the question we got from a viewer regarding last episode about how our friendship has evolved over the years?
Oh, yes.
You want to read the question? I liked it.
You go, friend.
Okay. So we received a question, and we want to answer, you guys. The question says, how has your friendship evolved over the years? From your teenage years to your 20s, 30s, and now? Wow. What has changed, and what has stayed the same? Ooh, let me start first.
Okay.
A lot has changed from when we was teenagers.
Yes.
So much has changed from when we were teenagers.
Okay, yes.
Okay, so.
I'm thinking about that scripture. When I was a child.
Go ahead. Give it to him, girl.
Oh, no, go ahead.
Go ahead and give him the scripture.
What's the scripture?
This one here got the scriptures on her brain.
No, that's a good thing. It was like when I was a child, I
thought as a child.
Yeah, but when I became a man, I put away childish things.
Oh, I do know the Bible.
You know what?
So, I wasn't thinking of that.
Okay, no, I'm thinking about when we were kids, right? We were in our teenage years.
You know what I was thinking about when we was kids?
What?
That most people probably would not believe.
What?
So you thinking about the scripture, and I'm thinking about how much we used to fight.
We did.
You guys.
Oh, we did. Yeah, we did.
That's the first thing that came to my mind.
I think you're right. We did. As teenagers, we did. We
fought a lot.
We did.
And that's the first thing that came to my mind when I was reading.
But it wasn't long. We didn't fight for long.
No.
It would just be like little spats that we would have. And honestly, I really think we just fought because we would fast a lot and we was hungry.
I was hungry. Dang. We did fast a lot.
Yeah, we were in high school.
Because we were in high school.
Yeah.
We were in church. You have to go back and watch the first episode. We met in church.
Yeah.
And so we did a lot of fasting.
Yeah. Like during high school.
Yes.
So
And
for those who feel like you can't be a believer in school, you can,
you can.
right?
You can.
You can go through high school and
You can.
be saved.
You can.
Yeah.
It ain't always easy. I ain't gonna sit here and lie.
No, you might fight with your bestie because you're hungry.
Because you
gotta go through that 3-day
Because you're
fasting.
hungry. Anyways, so that's what I thought about as
Yeah.
a teenager. To the person, the viewer who asked this question, and thank you guys for leaving questions for us because it helps us, and we think through like our past, our friendship stages of our friendship,
and we also have something to say that'll help somebody else, right?
I'm sure, yeah.
That's the goal. 31 years is not for nothing.
Yeah. So as a teenager, we spat it a lot.
We did. And in the earlier teenager years. But I think once we became, like, once we graduated from high school, like that 17, 18, we got jobs and cars and, you know.
You had a car.
And then this, girl, you remember the Buick, don't.
Oh, I did have a Buick.
You had a Buick.
Had one headlight.
A big body.
Yes, I did. I did.
You did.
I forgot about that.
Okay,
You know how much your car was? $410.
Look at God.
I wish you could get a car now for $410.
Can we? So I got some teenagers that need one, and they need the big body Buick.
I got a 21-year-old that need one.
Yeah.
Listen. But anywho, so they said from your teenage years to 20s to 30s, I also had a baby.
Yeah.
We used to try to live our teenage life with that baby.
Yes.
And you know what I mean.
Like, yeah, no, you were still trying to be a teenager.
With the baby.
Even though, yeah.
Yeah.
Because Jigga would be in the back seat.
Oh, Jigga would be in the back seat.
She would. And
we would be
doing stuff teenagers do.
Yeah, with her.
I think once we got to the later part of our teenage years, then that's when it kind of like it transitioned because we didn't argue.
No, we didn't argue.
Look, as much, but I don't remember.
I don't think we argued
at all.
By the time I had her, like you was actually a huge support system because you had already been like dealing with kids.
Oh yeah.
And you were a year older than me. You had a lot of nieces, a lot of cousins. So like your family was very close. It's very close. So you had a lot of experience.
And you say nieces because my little cousins call me
auntie. Yeah. Yes. I mean, like, you know, you know who I'm talking about. And so you had you gave me a lot of support. So by the time we got to like 17, 18, I had a baby.
Right.
18, 19, we weren't fighting. I bought my first house at 19.
Right.
And I was married between 19 and 20.
Right.
So we weren't fighting.
No.
Life really transitioned into me becoming like a wife, a mother.
Right.
But it was strange because we also didn't like break away as friends. We were still able to maintain a good friendship.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I think just because we respected each other's life.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
Definitely. I remember our boyfriends were even friends. Like my friend, my husband and one of your boyfriends back when your teenage 20 years, they were friends. So we kind of was still keeping our friendship going.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I'm like, I'm not mistaken.
Talking about that one time.
Yes. We talking about, they asked how we evolved.
I'm just saying, like, okay.
So we talking about how our friendship has evolved.
Right. But yeah, I think it's accepting, you know, because you got married very young.
Yeah.
And I didn't get married until I was 27.
Yes.
Yeah, I think I was 27 when I got married. So it was a difference.
Yeah,
there was a difference.
A lot of differences, you know.
And then I didn't have kids and then you had kids.
Yes.
I remember that one time I was like, just come stay the night. And you was like, I can't stay the night. I got a whole husband at home. And I didn't know what that meant in that moment. Because I'm like, I'm used to my friend coming to stay the night. Like, what's the problem?
And you had this, I think you were in your 20s. you had this apartment that I loved. And it had red,
Red
couches.
and them red fans on the wall.
Yes. So you were able to like, she was able to like live out her
Singleness.
Yes. And I never really experienced that part. I went from teenager to wife. Mother, wife.
Yeah.
And so I never had an apartment.
Right.
You know, I was living with my boyfriend.
Oh, yeah, you never had an apartment by yourself.
By myself. Oh. Yeah. So when I was reading this question, I didn't call you, but these were all the things that I thought about. Yeah. I thought about like how we were in such different times of our lives. You know, even in our 20s and 30s, there was times when I think for me, it was even a period where I completely like stopped going to church.
Yeah.
And it was like one of those things where I had a baby, I had bought a house, I was working on Saturday and Sundays in Chandler. And then I was working another job during the week. And church wasn't my like priority at that time.
Yeah.
You know, we had times when we were in church, out of church. And that's both of us, of course.
And we can talk to that too, right? Because, you know, although we grew up in church, there were times where we might have strayed.
Absolutely.
But it's always been in us. But there were times where we did, ain't no might've.
Yeah, we did.
We did step out in there when I was a little bit more stronger in the faith and you weren't, or then you were a little bit stronger in the faith than I wasn't.
Yes.
And that was how our late teens going into early 20s. Going into our early 20s.
Yeah.
That's kind of how that played out for us. So.
Yeah. But I will say this about our friendship. When you would get in church and I would be out of church, nothing changed as far as like our communication.
Right.
Of course, there were certain things that I would be like, oh, I can't tell her that. Or, you know, or your response would look different. But it wasn't bad. It wasn't like, okay, you weren't the friend that would be like, I'm in church now, I can't talk to you. Oh, yeah. You know, like, that's never been you. So.
And I wouldn't want anybody to ever do that to me.
Yeah, true.
You know, love me through it. And that was my goal, to love you through it.
That's beautiful.
I think anytime that I kind of fell away a little bit, because that conviction was always still there, I would feel so bad about doing anything.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, you felt bad about everything. Everything was like, yeah. And I would be like, trying to justify. I'm the justifier.
Right.
You know? So.
But that was when we were younger.
Yeah.
And so if we fast forward to even like now, like through the years, we've grown through that. Like we've grown in our relationships with God.
Yes.
We've grown in navigating right and wrong, right?
Yeah, and I think that comes with maturity, age.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Things that have happened throughout life. You know, for me, different incidents has pushed me more into discovering my faith and tapping into my faith and staying strong in my faith.
Yes.
And it doesn't mean that I haven't fallen at times, but it's always been like, remember this. Yeah. Remember this. Get back up. Remember this. Okay. So I think that brings us into our actual questions about. So anyways, let me say thank you to the viewer who sent in that question.
Oh, yes, definitely.
Thank you for that, because it made me think about a few different stages of our life.
Of our friendship.
Yeah.
Things that we did in our 20s, we not doing no more.
No.
What we came to term with in our 30s.
Yeah.
That we're now dealing with in our
40s. Yeah, in our 40s. Yeah.
It's like Medea. What she say? She said you go through your 20s and then you get to the 20s. I mean, you go through your 20s and, you know, you may accept some things, and then in your 30s, you might still accept some things, but come 40, you like, it ain't even.
And I think because most people, when you get to your 40s or into your 40s,
a light bulb.
It's like lights come on.
A light bulb.
And it's also like, I don't know if you go through a stage where you're like, you feel like your window is starting to close.
Yeah,
You know, and I'm doing this with my hands.
Because you like, wait a minute, I'm too old to
Yeah.
or I'm this age and I haven't experienced this.
Yes.
But I've always wanted to, so why not? Like, why
Yes.
haven't I?
Yes. I
Yeah.
can't imagine like what the 50s is like because, I just can't imagine what that
Well,
would
friend,
look
we got a
like.
long way to go before we get to.
We ain't got too long.
Don't
Okay,
speak for
sorry.
yourself. I'm gonna enjoy this
Right.
birthday that's coming up.
I know. Yes, November birthday. This
Yes.
month, girl, is
I
your
know.
day. So let's talk about unlearning, reclaiming, and growing and shedding the things that don't serve us anymore. Because I feel like right now, in this stage of our lives, that's where we are.
Yeah.
Shedding
those things
yes,
that no longer serve us.
no longer serves us, and what does that look like?
Yeah.
I know for me, there has had to be some things that I've had to learn. So, my life changed 5 years ago.
Right.
So I feel like I've had to learn so much in the last 5 years.
Yeah.
I had to unlearn that I could just call Johnny.
Yes.
Or Johnny would take care of it, or let me call this person because they got me, right? And now I'm learning that it's Jesus in me.
That part.
So I find myself a lot more being like, okay, God, like I really need help. Like
Yeah.
I need help with this one. Like this is something Johnny used to do, or
Yeah.
what do I do? And it's so funny because just on last week, my son was having car trouble, and he called me and told me that his car had stopped. And it was the most inopportune time. I was like, this is not a good time, right? And, you start to like feel the hairs on the back of your neck stand up because the truck is already old and you're trying to hold on. And he's like, and he's panicking, right? Because he's stuck somewhere.
Yeah.
And I'm somewhere else. And I started to be like, I don't know what to do. Like, why am I dealing with this? And I could feel myself getting worked up, right? And right in that moment, it was like, I would have just been able to call Johnny. So unlearning that is, okay, God, you got to walk me through this. Help me. Because panic kicked in. I was like, okay, what do I do?
Yeah.
I figured it out.
Right.
It worked out. But for me, in my 40s, and I'm well into my 40s, getting ready to tilt that other side, I'm having to learn new things.
Yeah.
So when I read this and it was like unlearning and reclaiming, that's not necessarily, I'm learning things.
It's funny how you say that. It's a similar scenario, right? But a different outcome.
Yeah.
And the reason why I say that is because I think I don't remember what episode that was when I shared about my dad and how I sat in that same situation.
Yes.
But it was my car. And I was like, if my dad was here, he would have handled this.
Yeah.
But then my village opened up and I had someone to kind of walk me through what that would look like, even though if it wasn't my dad. So I'm grateful for the people that are in my life that maybe fill big shoes for the people that are no longer in my life.
That's good.
So that story just reminded me of that.
Yeah. It worked out, but I think every day I'm growing stronger in my now.
Yes.
And I'm taking it one day at a time. It's definitely not what I thought my 40s would look like, Clink. I thought my 40s would have been like me and Jay.
Yeah.
Our kids are grown and, it's like you get to that age where it's like the kids are grown. Now we can do us.
Right. So it's what you've been anticipating.
Yes.
Since y'all got married at 19.
Right, at 19. Yeah. And so now it's like
starting over.
Yeah. It's definitely starting over. And it's now not just starting over, but also trying to navigate what does it look like for me?
Because it's just you.
Because it's just me.
Yeah.
And it's so funny because I went to go see one of my friends a couple weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
And she's always lived by herself.
Mm-hmm.
And when I walked in her home, and I've never been to her house.
Uh-huh.
We always meet outside. I don't know why. Like, we always just, but this time she was like, come over. And I was like, I'll be on my way.
Yeah.
So I got in my car and I drove over there. And when I got there, and she's, too, in her 40s,
Right.
more late 40s. I think she'll be going into her 50s in the next couple of years, or a year or so. I walked in and I was like, oh my God, your house is so serene. It's so beautiful.
Yeah.
It's so like you.
Yeah.
Right? I said, it's so you.
Yeah.
And she was like, thank you. And she began to tell me how she had changed out her couch a couple times. And I was listening to her.
Yeah.
And I was listening with ears of, I wish I could be that bold. I wish I could do what I want to do, because now it's just me.
Yeah.
But that's never been my life.
Because it's always been, what do we think?
What do we want to do? What do we think? What do we want? What's best for us? But I walked into my friend's house. I was going to say this lady, but my friend's house.
Yeah.
And the whole house screamed her. And she said, we have to learn. And she's a therapist. She's a clinician, actually. She said, we have to learn that things don't have to be permanent. She said, why do we make things that can be temporary
changed
permanent? She's like, she said, I bought 3 couches. She said, now granted, I took them back, changed my mind.
Yeah.
But she said, I didn't stay stuck with it. It just didn't fit. And she said it so casually. I was like, dang, you're my shero. Like, I want to be like that. Like this is my new season. This is me reclaiming and discovering what I like and not looking at things and being like, what do we like? Because that's what I'm accustomed to. So that was my unlearning, reclaiming, and growing. Yeah.
Yeah. I love that for you. No, I do. I
hate when she says that, child.
I do. I love that for you. I think for me, life has been the same for me, right? And my thinking has been the same in my 20s, in my 30s, and I've kind of just gone with the flow and have accepted whatever was given to me, and then took it as that's what it is. And I think coming into my 40s has taught me to appreciate who I am, what I have to offer, and accept me for that. Like, just accept me. That Just Java episode.
Yeah.
Like, just be Java and accept Java for Java. There's going to be some times where people may accept you, and there's going to be times where people don't accept you. And I'm learning in my 40s, don't worry about that.
Yeah.
Don't worry about that.
Yes.
You can't change someone's mind or opinion about you. Just keep being you.
Just keep being you.
And so I think I've learned that in my 40s and learning what does Java like, unlearning to not worry so much about what people think. Because I think that has taken a toll on me.
Yeah.
Worrying about what other people think about me.
Yeah.
Or worrying about being accepted by other people. And it was hard to unlearn that.
Yeah.
To not care so much.
Yes.
Right? Because in my mind, what did I do to you?
Yes.
And a lot of times I didn't do anything.
Exactly.
It's just how they feel about themselves that they're projecting on me.
Exactly.
So what I'm learning is that I love me enough to be happy for me.
Yeah.
I think it was a couple of episodes I said ago where I said that's a whole lot of power that you give somebody for your happiness.
Yes.
So I'm learning how to take that power back and do things that make me happy.
Yeah.
And it's okay, because why go through this life being miserable, worried about what other people think about you when in reality, you know, maybe they don't really think too much of themselves.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Who knows?
Who
Who knows?
knows?
And why spend the energy trying to figure it
Right.
out? Right? When
And
I
so-
could put my energy somewhere else.
So I think that was my 20s and my 30s. But come 40, that light bulb clicked on.
Girl.
That you got to pour more into you.
Yourself.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
You got to pour more into you
Yeah.
and celebrate you and your wins and
Yes.
what you bring to the table. Accept that and
Yes. And let that be enough.
let it be enough.
Let it be enough.
Yeah.
I think in your 20s, definitely, people in your 20s, you trying to figure it out. You go with the flow.
Yeah.
You flowing here,
Yeah.
there, wherever the wind takes you.
Ooh.
In your 30s, yeah, you still go with a little bit of that.
But you starting to think about
You starting to think about
starting
who
to think
are
about
you?
it. Yeah.
What do you
And-
like? What is
and
your purpose?
is this the best decision?
Yes.
I think in the 20s you going
You
with the
just
flow.
going.
Like you ain't worried about whether it's good or bad.
Yeah,
We
you
gonna
just
try it and see if
flowing.
it work out, right?
Yes.
But then in your 30s, you're kind of like,
Yeah, I don't know about that.
let me think about it.
Yes.
I might still do it,
Yeah.
but I'm gonna think about it.
Yeah, or I might do it once, but
Once.
we ain't doing that.
We
no
ain't gonna do
more,
it again.
you
Right,
know?
right.
It shifts.
Yeah.
You know, and then by your 40s.
What is you like? No, I'm gonna count up the cost.
Yeah.
Is that even worth it?
Is it worth
you know?
it? Why am I still
and-
doing this?
And then we start thinking about, is it worth my time?
Yeah.
Because to your point, that window.
it starts to.
Yes.
And I think for me, when I first hit 40, it was like, oh.
Yeah.
But now, 5 so years in it, I'm like, ugh.
Right.
You know, and then it was like 39, you're a widow.
Yeah.
You know, 40, what are we celebrating?
Yeah.
Right? But I'm
Yeah.
40,
Yeah.
you know, and then now, 5 years into that, it's like, ugh.
See, that's how you feel. But I
Yes.
feel like, listen, what we doing? Like,
I mean,
it's-
I'm saying that.
Yeah.
I'm saying the same thing. I'm saying, like, woo, what are we doing? Like, the window is closing.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm praying and asking God, give me longevity, right? Like, I
That
plan
part.
on being here with y'all till I'm like
Yeah.
85, 90. But what I'm saying is, it's just like, I think when you get closer to that 44, 45, 46, 47, you know you getting closer to 50.
Yeah.
So why am I still doing things that don't bring me
Serve.
gratification or
Serve
make
me
me
purpose.
happy or serve me purpose?
Yes.
Like, no, who am I?
Yeah.
What do I like? And I think you start thinking about
Yeah.
that in your 30s.
Yeah.
You start to be like, oh, yeah, I don't know if I really like this. Am I just
Right.
living or it starts to come.
Right.
But by the time you hit your 40s and you know you getting closer to your 50s,
Yeah.
you want to start to see stuff a little bit more
Right.
settled.
Settled. Yes.
You understand what I'm saying? A little
Yes.
bit more like, no, this is what we're doing.
Yes. Uh-huh.
That's what I'm trying
Right.
to say.
Established.
You know? Established. Thank you,
Established.
friend.
Yeah.
Turn that fan around. The guy
getting
hot
hot.
over here
Okay, you
thinking,
over getting
having a
worked
hot
up.
flash. Yeah.
now wait.
Anywho,
Yeah.
that's what I
But,
was saying.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
I do think, once as you get a little older, you do want to see yourself a lot more
A lot more
established.
established.
You want your kids to see you established too.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
yes. I don't want to be almost 50 and we transitioning. And I know
Yeah.
life happens and
It
life
does.
pushes you into
Uh-huh.
those transitions. But even in those transitions, you want to be a little bit more secure in what you want
Yeah.
and you don't want.
Right.
And
Yes.
that's what I'm trying to say.
And speak up for that.
yes.
Right? And I think for me, those 20s and 30s, I didn't speak up for what I want and what I don't want.
Yes.
And I think come 40, that light bulb, actually for me, it was come 45.
Yeah.
That light bulb clicked on like,
Yes.
okay, speak up. Use your
Speak
voice to
up.
speak up for what you want and what you don't want.
Yes.
And that has been a joy for me because
I would say a joy and a journey, though.
and a journey.
And a journey.
Because those people who were used to me always saying yes, yes, yes. Now I
An
am
adjustment.
allowing my yes to be my best yes.
Yes.
I'm not gonna say yes unless it's my best yes.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna take on anybody's other,
Yes.
anybody who may want to put like guilt because I'm not saying yes.
Yes.
And,
yeah.
and I think before I would take those things on.
You would.
But
Yeah.
coming into Yeah, no, we not doing that no more.
Yes.
We not, but that should be everybody.
Yeah.
That should be everybody. As you grow, as you mature, as you go through life lessons
And stages.
Ages of life,
yeah.
like you should always be evolving into greater.
Exactly.
Always evolving into greater.
Exactly.
And so if you're kind of stagnant and you're in the same place, then it might be time to reevaluate where you are, where you want to go, where you want to be. And also who's in your circle that's pushing you into that.
Yes,
because
into that greatness.
That matters too.
Yeah, into that greatness.
Who's in your circle that's pushing you.
Sure.
If you have someone who's always speaking negative into you, speaking negative, or
around
not even to you,
no, but
just
around
speaking
you even.
negative around you, right? It doesn't have to be to you per se. And when I say to you, I don't mean towards you, but maybe a situation is negative and they're constantly talking about it, then you're going to gravitate towards that, right? And it can be draining. And you may adopt that same mentality or that same into you.
Yeah.
And so now you're looking at things in a negative light. When reality is, if you got people that speak positive to you and speak life into you, that's what you're going to walk in.
Yes.
So your circle definitely matters.
It matters. It's so funny because one of the episodes I talked about not being able to go to dinner by myself.
Yes.
And one of my friends who I adore, she said, "You not going to dinner by yourself. You going to dinner with Grace and Mercy because Grace and Mercy follows you." And I was like, oh my God.
Yes, that's so true.
I was like, I never looked at it like that. Yeah. But she was speaking scripture into me. She was reminding me that you're never alone. Like, stop speaking that into yourself. You're never alone. Yes, you don't have Johnny, but you're never alone. You got Jesus.
And that's enough. I was thinking of that song. But no, I get it. I get what you're saying. I get what she's saying.
It was beautiful, though. It was so good. But anyways, thank you guys for joining us. What is your takeaway?
I think my takeaway would be to continue to evolve, continue to do those things that bring me joy. Continue to pour into me.
Yeah.
Right. As I'm evolving, I'm definitely excited to see what that 50 light bulb looks like. Not trying to rush it. But I do enjoy my birthdays, and I know with that come more, you're going to get older. It's going to happen.
It's going to happen.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to that and continuing to grow.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes, that's good. I like all that. I did all of that. So my takeaway is get to know you. Mm-hmm. As you evolve, flow with it. And it's okay to put yourself first. It's okay to not feel like you have to stick with things permanently.
Right.
And for me, that meant like furniture.
Yes.
And, changing your wardrobe or changing your hair as we quite often do.
Yeah.
You don't have to make things so permanent.
Changing your hair.
It's okay. You look beautiful, by the way.
Well, I know. It's just so funny you say that because I'm thinking about like when I went through that little phase, like, all right, I'm gonna, because I never really wore wigs or, listen, I'm just be transparent. So, and then I was like, I went through that phase where I'm like, I'm gonna try it out, and I'm gonna see if I can. And no, it wasn't for me, but I did it, and I tried it, and
you change it, and maybe
then
that's why I enjoy wigs because you can constantly change.
I changed them. It just,
Okay. Anyway.
But you know what? I was also thinking about, and I know we're gonna wrap it up here soon, but I was also thinking about so recently moving, right? Recently moving, and how my goal was not to take anything from the old house to the new house. And we could talk about that at another time because that meant a whole lot.
Yeah.
But
more than furniture.
But the furniture, even the furniture piece. So moving into my new house, I didn't take any of the furniture with me.
Yeah.
And the new furniture that I bought, it spoke us. It spoke our family.
Yeah.
It spoke, it spoke my kids. It spoke, like my couches, they
Yeah.
definitely speak me.
Yes.
You know, and
No,
it
I'm
was
gonna
even
talk about
that
that
shelf.
green
That
shelf.
green, I was about to say that shelf.
I'm
And
thinking
you
of
was
that green
like,
shelf.
and
I
you
was
was
like,
like,
ew.
no, I think you should wait on that. And I was like, no, this makes me happy. I literally told you that. And I was like, I think out of everything that I bought for this
The
new
green
house,
is her favorite, you guys.
the green shelf is like,
and it is cute. I will say, when I went over there and I saw that, I was like, ew,
yeah,
you did that.
yes.
I said, you did
I
that.
now I don't see the vision too
Yeah.
many times,
But
but
she
that
saw
I
that
saw the
vision.
vision for that,
Yeah.
and I loved it, and it made me happy.
Yes.
When I saw it, I'm like, oh, I gotta get that.
And I thought about you when I went to my friend's house and I saw like how like her decor and I was like, you're so bold. And it was so
Aw.
funny because when we sat down and we talked,
Yeah.
she said, we've lived two different lives. You've lived a life of a husband,
Yeah.
majority of your life. She said, and I've been single
Yes.
all of my life.
Yes.
She said, so it's been what I want in my house my whole life. She said, so Bible, I don't know any different.
Yes.
You know, and it was just very neat.
Yeah.
That was so neat. It was one of the best conversations I've had in this new chapter of my life, you know?
Yeah. I'm reminded when you purchase your home and the entryway, there's a shelf
Yeah.
that's set there, and the anticipation of y'all waiting for it to be delivered.
Yes.
And
I remember that.
and it wasn't just you.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Johnny was just as excited about that entryway shelf coming,
as
being
I was.
delivered as you were.
True,
right?
yeah.
So now,
Yeah.
right, it's more or less, well, what do you like?
Yeah, and I'm trying to figure that out.
Yeah.
And that's my reclaiming and learning and unlearning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aw.
Anywho, thank you guys for tuning in this episode. Chime into the comments and let us know, how have you changed? How have you grown? What are you learning and unlearning? And what stage are you in of growth? It could be from a job change to career change to life change to furniture change to all different things. Chime in and let us know what you're going through.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you for tuning in to Skittles and Clink podcast.
Yes, we'll see you next
Thank
week.
you. We'll see you next week. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share.
Yes.
And next week, please tune in. We have a amazing Q&A session.
Yes.
And that's going to be our week
Yes.
episode, a Q&A.
Yeah, Q&A.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Bye.
Bye.